What's going on, everybody? My name's Tyler. This is Sean.
I'm alive.
As always, we are Rendered Reality. Yes, and Sean is back. It has been a struggle. Sean literally rode the struggle bus for what, 3 weeks now at this point?
It's been about 3 weeks. I'm still not 100%. You can probably tell in my voice. I basically went about 2 to 3 weeks without being able to eat any kind of solid food at all. Finally able to eat a little bit again. I've been eating some solid food past couple days. I have another doctor's appointment coming up Monday to a specialist. Hopefully they can figure out exactly what's been going on. But yeah, it's been a real struggle. I couldn't even complete the GST 21-day fitness challenge that happened during that, so I was out of the game for that. I've literally lost about 25 pounds, which is not good. I mean, I didn't need to lose 25 pounds. I wanted to lose a little bit of fat, but yeah.
Does that mean you win the GST challenge?
Maybe.
That doesn't qualify,
I just won by not being able to eat or move, so being bedridden and no food for a couple weeks. So yeah, it's been rough, but finally able to eat some food again, and the stomach pains and stuff have subsided a lot. So we figured, today was still a little bit of a struggle. We're like, man, we've missed doing the show. We've missed
I know,
talking with everybody. So we wanted to get a show today. We were really looking forward to it. So
yeah, I'm glad you're here because I know you were still even undecided almost. I mean, we didn't know up until this morning, basically. So I'm glad you're here. And I will go out and say I appreciate everybody giving the well wishes to Sean over on our Discord and stuff. It was very nice of everybody. If you haven't joined the Discord, we really enjoy, keeping in touch that way too with everybody and keeping everybody updated. But yeah, we do need to get into some VR stuff. You did actually manage to play the other night.
Yeah, I've played a little bit this the last couple days and stuff. We played some Contractors for a while, which we're going to talk about that. More updates, awesome updates as well. We played another game. I don't know if we're really allowed to talk about it in the playtest, but we have seen some of you guys in there. We saw Alan Cara in there and some other people. So we know there are some other people play testing with us as well, which is really awesome. Good. Upcoming game, going to be great. And Phantom Covert Ops. I played some Phantom Covert Ops this week, which is really good. We're going to get into that, as well as a game called Warchasm, which we're going to get into a little bit, which is pretty cool. So yeah, what have you been playing? You actually completed something, didn't you? Finally.
I did. I had some time on my hands then because we haven't been doing anything. So I actually beat Half-Life Alyx.
Finally.
It was on my, I've been saving it. I didn't want to complete it. Like I wanted to, and I didn't at the same time. I'm glad I did though. I mean, it was so much fun to go through, and the ending and how it all, changed and stuff. It was really cool. I still won't give anything away. I don't know. I don't know if I was as excited about the ending or not. Like, it depends how I think about it. I don't know. I'm partial to the ending myself.
I definitely think they left the ending open for a sequel,
always do.
A VR sequel for sure. But yeah, the game, I completed the game like the first week, and you really savored it and kind of spread it out. And I wish I would have done that because I kind of finished it too fast, and I missed it. You know what I mean? But
I'm glad I played it out the speed I did because I didn't forget where I was, and I remembered it. And just at the point where I'm like, where was I? I'm like, oh, go back and play it, and I did, and I remembered exactly. It was great. I couldn't have enjoyed it more.
Yeah, fantastic. It's such a good game.
Highly recommend it. And if you haven't already, now is the best time because Steam has their summer sale. And it is what, $44.99, I think.
I think so. So it's a little bit off. I mean, it's so worth it though. It's so worth it. And we were joking earlier this morning because Half-Life Alyx is actually on sale and Beat Saber is still not on sale at all.
I know. We were joking. I don't think I've ever seen Beat Saber on sale ever. I don't think I
I don't
have.
know.
Have you? I mean, if so, maybe back in the early days, but
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I bought it day one when it first came out,
right.
so I haven't really paid attention to the price. And also, this is actually my first cup of coffee in about 3 weeks, and because I wasn't supposed to be drinking coffee, and so I don't know that I'm supposed to now either. But I'm just gonna sip on it. And it's been hard to not have coffee for that long. It's been terrible, but it probably wouldn't have been good for me in my.
Can't you put like
state.
your medicine and all that stuff in the coffee, or isn't that like an excuse? Can't you just
maybe I don't know
something? And I don't know. You need the caffeine. You need the energy, right?
Yeah, I definitely do. The energy levels have been way down. It's hard to have energy when you're not eating food, so it's yeah, it's been rough. But I saw a gaming science teacher said she needed an espresso shot this morning. She was up till like 4:30 a.m. So she said she had to set an alarm not to miss the show. So that's awesome.
Jeez, yeah. And I appreciate seeing everybody in chat. Cheers to everybody. Really good to be back. But let's get into some VR stuff.
Yeah.
So,
what do you want to talk about?
Man, good question. I've got like stuff sitting here to think about. Okay, let's talk about Phantom Covert Ops because that's kind of mainstream. Everyone's kind of, out playing it and stuff now. I really, really enjoyed playing this. I mean, it's not, I'm more of an active shooter, and I know you are too. Like when we active shooter, not like active shooter,
right.
but
multiplayer shooters and stuff.
Right, exactly. So I like to be up and moving when I play shooters. But to me, this has so much going on for it that I don't need to be.
Yeah.
And just the little details. So like when you're paddling, if you get up close to a wall, you can take that paddle and like push yourself away from it, which is super cool. I don't know. It's a really good game.
I feel like it works really good. Like the idea of the game works really good. I like you said, I do have I have trouble in the beginning of the game. It's all about stealth and stuff, and they don't want you to take out all the enemies and stuff. And I have such a hard time not shooting them, but you're not supposed to. But I think that, and you mentioned it to me once we started playing, that this is probably one of the best sit down games. Like this is a game where they want you to sit down. They don't want you to be standing. They want you to be in a chair. They want you to be stationary, and it works really, really well for that, especially if you have a chair with a little bit of movement to it. I found that a chair, like a little bit of rocking chair, something that you can move a little bit, kind of adds to the realism element. And also I'm curious because neither one of us struggle with motion sickness, but if anybody does, you shouldn't really get motion sickness from this, really, because you're using your arms to move. So your body has movement to match movement that you're seeing in game. So that really, it shouldn't be a problem. I don't know of anybody that's played it that has motion sickness issues, but if you have played it and you suffer from motion sickness, I'm really curious to see if you had any issues with that, because
I think this is one of the easiest pickups, I think, in a long time to recommend to anybody, especially people who don't like shooting games, because it doesn't have to be. I think you can play through the whole thing without shooting, right? I mean, you should be able to, as far as I know.
Yeah, I haven't got far enough to know, and I've already shot people, so I don't.
Well, I've tried to literally play through all the different, not multiple times, but through the scenes without shooting, and it actually works 100% of the time. So
I mean, it's definitely all about stealth. Like they definitely want you to, and I'm sure there's some missions where you have to take people out. I would think where they have missions into the game where you're actually supposed to. Oh man, Mad Wookie filled the coffee cup for us.
Oh, cheers, man! That one's going right to Sean at this point.
He sent a pair of dropping the mic. It was
dropping
like
the mic. Yeah, there you go. That's awesome.
So that's awesome.
Oh, man. We really do appreciate it, guys. Yeah. We do. We were just talking about that. Actually, for whatever reason, our last episode we have got booted because of stuff that we played from Project Cars 3, I think. I don't know.
It's some kind of copyright
strike.
Ridiculous. It's YouTube. It happens. It's ridiculous. But I think maybe we played the audio from it or something, and it picked up something on that. But whatever. It's craziness. But yeah, I mean, I think this game's getting pretty good reviews so far. The people that I know that have played it seem to enjoy it. The voice acting is really good. And it's definitely story based. There's a story and missions to it. You're not just aimlessly going through with no objectives and stuff. It's really cool, and I haven't played a ton of it yet. I've played it the day it came out. I played it for a little while, and I actually played it on Quest first, and then I also played it on the Rift because I wanted to see the difference. And I really thought, there's definitely more textures and details in the Rift version. You get some more movement of the water and all that kind of stuff. But man, I thought it looked really, really good on Quest. I was impressed. I thought it looked excellent.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought they did an excellent job.
Yep.
Yeah.
Flexinus says the backdrop with the barred backdrop, coffee, and needing a drink. Yeah. Yeah, at times, sometimes we do feel like we need a drink early. But.
And so Paradise Decay said that you have to take out the wanted officers to get max scores.
Right, the starred ones,
yeah. So I haven't got real far into this yet. I'm looking forward to playing it some more because we were doing that play test the same day this came out, because it came out Thursday, and the same day this came out, we had the play test stuff going on in the evening. So and we played some contractors that day too, and I mean. Yeah, I don't know. This game is really good, and I'm curious to see what everybody's thinking about this. Let us know if you're loving this, if you're not liking it, what you don't like about it. But I mean, the voice acting is so good. The gunplay mechanics work great. The physics work great. You have the night vision goggles. You have your your sniper. Yeah, your sniper rifle on the side. Your pistol on your chest. You can pick up and put down the paddles, and like you said, you can use objects to move. Off from the paddles. And honestly.
You can row backwards too. Did you try that? To move like
because sometimes I've gotten stuck in areas and stuff, and I row backwards. So the physics work great, and it's also I think a pretty good workout game because, like I said, I'd been pretty immobile for a while and really sick, and so it's just been struggling. So playing this, I was feeling like I was getting a pretty good shoulder workout, rowing this boat everywhere. And there's no other option.
I don't know if that. I didn't feel that, but I'm a beast.
I've been like bedridden for like 3 weeks, so it was like the most movement I've done, pretty much. Right. So for me, it was like I was feeling it. So I don't know. I mean, I gotta imagine if you play this game for hours, you're doing a lot of rowing. So either way, you're gonna get a little bit of a shoulder workout.
True.
I would say.
Right. True. Yeah.
But maybe it's
you're just weak. That's all.
Maybe it's just my struggle. I don't know.
Yep. So we did play some contractors too, and I mean, it's just over the top great now. It's so good. I can't get enough of it. I really can't.
They fixed a lot of the little issues that they were having. I'm trying to look up to see what all this last update was, and supposedly there's bots now that will fill. Will they fill the lobbies? You must have to turn that on because we made a lobby the other night and we didn't. It took a couple minutes for people to start filtering in, and we went in and there wasn't bots yet. So that must be a thing you have to turn on. Yeah,
they added a bunch of new options and stuff. You can actually name lobbies and stuff now too. So like when we went in, we just went in, Sean and I, because I knew he was just feeling better, and I didn't want to put it out to everybody because he was trying to get a gun stock calibrated and stuff. But you can name it. So I named it Rendered Reality, which was interesting. So I did like stuff like that because other than that, you had to find it by like knowing somebody and looking at the name of the host, and just kind of a pain.
Yeah.
And Airman's in here. I was playing with Airman too, which you left, I think.
Oh yeah, I think I just got off when he got on. I was just my energy levels have been low, so it's hard to play for real long. And we were doing the play test in a little while, so I took a break to eat some food and stuff. But so the latest updates, it says bots have finally made their way into online matches, which is good because like when you play games like Standout and stuff and the lobbies aren't full and it fills in with bots, sometimes you don't notice that they're bots when you're in the heat of the moment and they're far away. But it's a good thing because contractors struggled for a while with low numbers. Nobody was playing
now.
So yeah, it's not struggling now, which is great, and I love that. But the bots are always a good option, I think, to just fill a void when you have them, when you're waiting for lobbies to fill up, or off times of the day or whatever it is.
And a lot of people thought too, because some of the players would, if you're playing through Steam and you see people online, you see numbers instead of names, but that's because they're Quest people. Yeah. And a lot of people thought it was an issue with the build, but it's because you have Oculus accounts and Steam accounts, and they don't really play nice together.
And it is contractors available through SideQuest now too, so you don't have to do the workaround to get it loaded. You just got to go to SideQuest and
I put it down in the description as well. So if you guys do want the direct link to contractors, I think it's already got it's got what I tell you, 10,000 I think downloads. There's a ton of people that are playing.
And there's a ton of people that don't have it through SideQuest, that just have it through the old way of doing it, and them giving access through the download through your email. But just real quick on the update, improved bot AI, greatly improved mod downloader CPU performance, which is great because the mod maps were kind of taking a while to download. Fixed mod downloading speed, new UI arrangement for online game creation, lobby management, new improved respawn, which the respawns have gotten a lot better. Greatly improved respawn locations. Players won't spawn on top of each other anymore. Fixed server problem, fixed voice chat, fixed permission issue. Game will ask for permission before the game start. Fixed quest, fixed tutorial, quest map swap, Windland and Factory. So
yeah.
And it's 50% off on the Steam sale right now too, which there's so much good stuff on the Steam sale. So if you don't have it, please pick it up because we are going to be playing it some more, and we love playing with people.
And this is non-promotional. We have not
we don't have anything
paid
to do
by
with
them.
No.
Nothing. This is literally the best all-around shooting game to us. Yeah, it really is. It's the best speed, the balance of everything.
Yep.
It's not onward slow style. It's not Pavlov arcade-ish. You know, it's a great balance.
It's just a great mix. It's a great mix.
Mods are great. Airman just said that. They are. Yeah. They're awesome. Yep. Highly recommend it. And
Gaming Science Teacher, Gaming Science Teacher said, can Quest players play these custom maps? Not yet. That is coming. That's still not there yet, but supposedly that is coming. That's in the works. So that'll be a great upgrade.
When we go on and play though, we find ourselves not even playing all the mod maps yet because it's fun to play with like all these Quest players and people, you know, learning these maps and stuff. They're all new to them.
There's a lot of new players in there. So even the regular maps are new to these people. You know, the maps that we've played for a long time, but they're still really good maps too. I really like the maps that it comes with, but there's so many good mod maps too. So I'm really looking forward to that update when the Quest people can play the mod maps as well. So
if you like Call of Duty, there's no reason to not on PC because the mod maps are all Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
And Ham for the Win said the fix for voice chat for Quest was a big win, which definitely for sure. Have you started working on any more maps yet? I know you actually downloaded the stuff to work on some maps for contractors.
So I had issues with all the installs, and I've tried a good 6 or 7 times on my other PC that I would build on. And it always says file extensions too long. So I need to contact, KC Monkey, I think the developer, and talk to him about it because I cannot get a good install for it to do it. So I really need to work on that because it is something I do want to get into. But
talking about contractors real quick, I wanted to show our gun stock. So this is my stock here, the setup I have going. So I got the new cups for the index controllers that go on top. I still need to do a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of adjusting my gun angles with the gun stock calibration because it's, you know, my old setup was with the touch controllers and stuff that I used, and it was like money. It was, my muscle memory was there. I was just on every time I pull up, and I'm getting close. It's getting really close. I need to do a little bit of modifying still, but man, it felt good to have a gun stock back in my hand, and yeah, I can't wait to get that muscle memory back and start doing good with it.
We've had the Apto for a while, and before it was always, you know, we our go-to, our daily now is the index, and for Sean too now, I'm assuming, but most of the time it is. And the controllers being attached to the top weren't really a big fan. So before, they actually had a top mount where it would magnetize to the underside of the stock, and it was just a little not what we were used to. Not that it was wrong, you know, if that was the only way I knew it, it probably wouldn't bother me. But I always liked it when it was on the bottom.
Like I tried it and I could just never get it to feel right. I can never get the controllers lined up the way I wanted them to fit. And this for me has been a lot better. There's a little bit more adjustability and angle and you know, side rotation.
And the newer mounts between the carbon fiber posts are now sturdier. So included with what we got, and the new one, if you would order it from here on out, are the sturdier joints and the cups for the top or the under mount, whatever. I guess it would be lower. Yeah. But this is the go ahead. Well, somebody Airman was asking that what kind is this? So this is the Mammut Apto.
Yeah.
And
if you order this as well, it comes with
still
cups,
with every mount.
I believe so. When we did it, when we got ours, it comes with all of the cups for your touch controllers. I think
Vive wands.
Yeah, Vive wands, and maybe even Windows Mixed Reality. I can't remember, but so you can use this stock for pretty much any headset that you have. And these are the newer cups. The old, like we talked about, they mount on the bottom. The old ones mounted up top. They were kind of tricky to get on too. And the thing I like about these is that you can take them off real quick too. So there's just a twist knob that you can take them off to take off the adapter, because I actually use I think I wanted to do a video on this at some point in time, but this is my index controller charger. So I have a base station, and so I have to take these off now to charge the controllers. That's just the way. I mean, I can use just cords, but that's the way I do it.
Yep.
The bad thing about the Pro Tube is that the way their setup is for the index, because I was gonna get those as well, but they're all zip tied. It's like 4 zip ties that hold.
I know. I don't.
So it's just hard to get on and off, and so that this for me is a win in that category.
And these, the lower mounts, come off in almost a second because there's one screw and the whole thing comes off, which is awesome.
You don't need a tool or anything. Good. So this is actually Tyler's gun stock setup, and it's a little bit different from mine. And one of the reasons was because when he ordered his the cups for the bottom of the controllers, they sent him 2 right hand ones instead of a right and a left.
Yep.
So he basically made it work with one of the old mounts. And are you going to try to switch to the other setup,
so
or are you going to keep it this way?
I talked to Peter from Mammut, one of the owners, and they are shipping me the repair, the fixes for it to get me the right ones. So cheers to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually it's worked halfway decent for me. I'm surprised how well it actually worked with one upper and one lower. So it's kind of interesting because I don't know. I always leave my rear controller mounted at all times, and I don't even use a sling with this. These magnets are so strong.
They're strong. They're really strong.
You don't even need a sling for this. It's unbelievable. And yes, Ham said they do have yaw rotation too, so you can adjust them, the twist of them too, which is they're fully adjustable basically.
Yeah, a lot of adjustment. I really like it.
Yeah, and this is working for me temporarily. It's getting me by, but yeah, we had a lot of fun using these, and I'm getting back to my old gunstock self, so I'm loving it.
Oh,
you guys really, without a doubt, you have to pick something like this up.
And everybody's different too. I think Greg's VR is actually using a setup with a gunstock like this without the shoulder mount, so you still have the one-to-one controller connection connected to each other, but without the shoulder mount. And I think he really likes that. Everybody's a little bit different, and it takes a lot of getting used to. Sometimes you got to get the muscle memory. Aspen Darkfire said, "Silly question: Do you reconfigure in-game for different guns on the fly, or you don't
Every
need
game's
to?"
different.
So mainly the one that we use is Contractors because they have a really good gun stock calibration, and you can basically go in there and line up every gun in there, and you have to do every gun because it's going to be different for every gun. Line it up to exactly where you want it on the gun stock, and it is excellent. My only complaint with it is that you have to do it in the menu. You can't do it in-game on the fly. So like when I set mine up, I was like, okay, this feels pretty good. Once I got into game, I was like, it needs a little bit less angle, a little bit turned down a little bit. So I tried to go in, and you still can't update it in game. You got to go back to the menu. That's kind of a pain. But if you take the time to set it all up, and you can shoot in the area in the main menu to get it once you configure it to test it out and everything. But man, so good.
I love this. The cheek rest, the shoulder rest on it all feels great. I mean, I lean right down, put my cheek against the rest, and I'm down the sights every single time.
And like I've said to a lot of people, the main reason I like a gun stock is because I like the feeling of the realism. Like I like the feeling of holding something, it pressed against my shoulder, and to me, that's what I like. One of the main things I like about it. But
so cool. It makes it feel so real. It's just
it does have its trade-off. Slows down reload, slows down grenades some and stuff.
But I don't even pull them out. I don't use my grenades playing with a gun stock because I am so on the ready at all times to pull up and down the sights every time that I don't need it. I'm getting that kill before they even get a shot. Not all the time. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot of fun. It really is.
So let's talk a little bit about Oculus Go and the new system that's coming. Let's get into this a little bit. They did announce that they're not going to be making the Oculus Go anymore. It's going to be discontinued.
Wait. Before we go any farther, I just want to say that the day after or before this got announced, I actually got my Go out of retirement. Okay. So I got it out and I charged it and stuff. And I'm like, I want to update it. My nephew's coming over. I want to leave it out so he can use it, put it in his bedroom here and stuff. And the next day it got announced that they're retiring it. And I'm like, really? Like,
it's a good thing you updated it because that's probably the last update. So they said that they're not going to be doing updates for it anymore. The games, they're not going to be coming out with new games. They're not going to be coming out with new updates for old games on it. You can still download and play whatever's available in the library, but it's basically cut off at this point. And I'm not surprised. I've expected this to happen for a while. A lot of people thought, this Del Mar was going to be an Oculus Go 2. I never saw the point in making another Oculus Go when you have the Quest that'll do everything the Go will do plus more. The only benefit that I could see was this super flexible fabric strap, because that's great for people that want to lay down and watch a movie in bed. So that is going to be a trade-off. I think that's the one main thing. It was a good media consumption device, but for $399, like, why not buy a Quest? Even if you just want to watch movies and videos, it's still a better experience. I mean, you can do it without controllers. You can use hand tracking. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a better all-around experience. And I mean, it was kind of inevitable. I mean, it's basically the Gear VR, that had its day, that had its purpose,
absolutely did.
And it's just not really needed anymore. And it's kind of the same thing with the Oculus Go, that it's just it's not a necessity anymore. And I'm still in the boat that I still think that eventually the Go, the Quest, and the Rift are all going to be one headset that does basically the same thing all three. You can hook it up to a PC, maybe hopefully wirelessly stream at some point, and you can play mobile games. So I think that's still what I think they're going to ultimately do. I don't think I mean, it's already confusing because, you know, people that don't know a lot about VR, you know, even over the holidays, people thinking, you know, they wanted an Oculus headset. There's this Go sitting here. I'm going to get
Which
that
one
for them.
do I
And they
get?
think it's a Quest, you know what I mean? Or something like that, or it's the same thing. And so, yeah, it's like Greg's VR. It served its role. It was a pretty important one of the first, you know, pretty much the first standalone, you know, headset that you didn't need a phone for or anything else like that, at least in the US. I can't remember if the China and stuff might have had one first, but yeah, I mean, it served its purpose, and we both had one. I ended up selling mine when I got my Quest because I was like, when am I going to use this? But
so when I was setting mine up and stuff, I still put it on though, and it's not that bad of a headset though, really. I mean, image quality and stuff is superb for how early this was.
Yeah,
so,
no, it was an excellent headset. It's just that 3-degree freedom. I mean, that was the killer.
Right.
You know, that's just it's such a. I mean, VR is meant to be 6 degrees of freedom.
I agree.
You can't experience VR and 3 degrees of freedom and fully appreciate its capabilities. I don't think, but
I know.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand it. We knew it was kind of coming, but I don't think there's going to be a replacement either.
Yeah, Hussein X said, I hope Big Screen with its new video player continues to work till 2022 on Go. So hopefully, because I mean, that's what the Go is. You know, it's a media consumption device, you know, big screen, Netflix, movies, Oculus TV. That's mainly its strong point. And there were still some cool games, but most of the really cool games have made it to Quest now, and I'm sure they will even more. Let's get into, I'm a little confused over this next topic. So along with this was announced that Oculus is going to basically have a way that people can get as curated games onto the Oculus. And
to the store. Yeah.
I'm really confused about this, and hopefully some people in chat can chime in too. We had a pretty big discussion about this beforehand because we don't know what's going to happen with SideQuest. SideQuest tweeted out and stuff and had an article on Reddit talking about how they're excited about this and that, you know, hopefully they have kind of inspired some of this to happen and show the true potential of the, you know, the true indie market. And I've heard rumors, and we kind of thought that basically SideQuest was going to team up with Oculus, and Oculus was going to take advantage of SideQuest to get all of this to take place. And I don't know that that's necessarily the case. They're so the way I understand it is they're not going to have a storefront on the Oculus Quest that allows you to get all of this stuff. It's going to be a direct link download.
It is.
So I'm not sure how that's going to work yet. They haven't really announced it. Right now, developers can give anybody access to a game on Quest by using your Oculus Quest account email, your Oculus account email. They can sign you up through there, and then basically you can go onto the store, and the game's not going to show up there, but you can search for it. And once they give you access, you can search for it. It shows up, and you can download it straight to your Quest. No side loading. And I think it's going to be something similar to that.
Yeah, it'd have to be. I would think so. But they're talking about having links, though. So that's what's a little bit confusing to me, is that why do you need a link then? So are we just now making a shortcut to get rid of like SideQuest software or a direct onto Quest from off-site stuff? I don't know, but I don't get the whole link thing unless they're just referring to how it works now.
Because it's weird that they're not going to, I think they should just make a separate store, like make a non-curated store that you can go to, give the warning that says, hey, these games aren't tested, these games aren't guaranteed to work, you know, download these games at your own risk. And that's not how they're going to do it for right now. It's going to be some kind of weird link download kind of thing. And we don't know that they're going to be charging money for these. We kind of talked about maybe that if they are going to work with SideQuest, that maybe you're going to go through SideQuest to purchase these games, and then you're going to get the direct link to where you can go onto your headset directly. You're not going to need a PC. I don't know. I don't know. I can't.
My thought, Oculus is pushing SideQuest out. This is their way of nicely pushing SideQuest to the side. I just think that they're seeing a threat from SideQuest, because now you're getting games that are just straight going to there, probably without even going through the Oculus approval process, because they're getting a higher cut. I mean, they're getting all of the cut basically. I think SideQuest has even stated that they don't really want any money from it. So and maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I don't
Yeah, I
know
don't
that
know the full
exactly.
details of that,
But
a lot of
I
the
just
stuff on SideQuest is free, but there
right.
are certain things. But yeah, I
I
don't know.
I feel like they're going to push side quest out a little bit. Um, it's a threat. It is. I mean, it has to be
Yeah,
because why
unless
would
they're going to directly work with SideQuest, and we've heard rumors of that, and people kind of hinting that, and even SideQuest seemed excited about this, and they said that they're going to work on officially whatever they need to do to be able to officially put stuff on there. I just don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but it seems like Oculus doesn't really necessarily want to share. You know what I mean? Like if it's going to be
right.
any kind of charged stuff from the indie developers, even if it's a couple bucks or whatever, I still feel like Oculus would want to take full advantage of that.
Well, and that was our discussion that Sean and I kind of had before. So the debate that him and I were having was that if Oculus is doing this and restricting and allowing outside access games, early access, uncurated stuff, and SideQuest is still charging for those, Sean feels that if they're charging for it, why wouldn't Oculus want to have them? But I guess my point to it was, if Oculus doesn't want to let them through their approval process, doesn't approve of the game, then it doesn't matter anyways, because they're not going to sell that game ever in itself. So who cares if they sell it outside and people want to buy it? Because they're saying that it's uncurated, basically.
Yeah,
and
I mean, what this thing says, what this thing says is that these games are going to be able to be played on the Oculus Quest without sideloading, without hooking up to a PC, without going through any kind of acceptance program. It says without having to be accepted into the Oculus Store and without sideloading. So it makes sense because, I mean, they honestly need to do this because there's so much indie stuff that it's not really fair to a lot of the people that don't get accepted, that people still want to play their games. You look at the numbers on SideQuest and there's huge numbers of downloads of games that, aren't officially on the store. And at the same time, I like the fact that they're going to make it easier for these things to get on and you don't have to sideload, because there's a large number of people that have Quest that don't know anything about sideloading. They don't want to sideload. Right. They don't want to hook it up to a PC. They don't want to fiddle with stuff. Even though it's not hard to do, they don't want to do it. So
right. And that's the goal of getting through the approval process for Oculus, is you get your game streamlined to people's headsets. When they go into the store in their headset, your game is on there and they will buy it. But, people, you're right, don't want to go through the process of side quests and stuff. Yeah. So I get it, but
it'll be interesting to see. I mean, they're talking 2021, so it's going to be next year before I'm sure probably Oculus Connect, we're going to get some more information about this, and they're probably going to be clearer of how it's going to work. Side quests, so they said let me see here.
Oh, their statement, about how they're excited for the direction, kind of, is how it's taken, that Oculus is going, and not that they're working with them, but that they want to work with the direct links, basically, and all of that, and they hope they made an impact in all the early access stuff, which I get, but I feel like their ship may be sinking, which I hope not. I hope it works well for them. I really do, because I love what they're doing, because we are a little bit that way. Like, we want to give out information for indie developers and smaller developers that don't get the limelight that AAA places do. Right. And we are all about that, and that's what we love. So we don't want SideQuest to go anywhere.
This is what SideQuest said. They said, we at SideQuest are absolutely delighted with the announcement from Oculus with regard to more distribution options on Oculus Quest. We hope that we have played a part in showing the real value of the indie developer ecosystem. We will be working to integrate with the new Direct Link system as soon as we can, and we'll be encouraging developers to explore the benefits of leveraging the Oculus ecosystem for a smoother user experience. This is a win for the whole SideQuest community and the VR industry. So I hope that's true, and I hope that they're able to still be somewhat viable in this, and that Oculus doesn't just completely shut them down, because a lot of the concern is the mod community. You can still do Beat Saber mods and stuff through SideQuest, and Oculus doesn't want that to happen anymore. So are they officially going to support that? Are they going to allow that kind of stuff still to go on? I don't know. I mean, the SideQuest has kind of been at the mercy of Oculus for a while, and we've kind of thought that, and we weren't sure what was going to happen. This is something from Chris Pruitt that he tweeted out, works at Oculus. It says, we're building a new way for developers to release apps to Quest without sideloading or enabling developer mode. It says this will be especially great for folks like SideQuest VR because it will greatly reduce the friction of getting apps on your headset.
Yep.
So I'm even more confused.
I know.
I read that because it says
I know
it will be
it's
great
for
the
side quests, but do we need side quests
yeah,
then? Like, is it just going to be a page where you go and has a games library and you add them to your account and then boom, they go over? I mean, hopefully it's that easy, I guess. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I still think they just need an
teacher,
official store, but
yeah, gaming science teacher said it's a huge barrier for a lot of people to access a lot of stuff. It is, but I feel like once you do it once, it's super simple, and the benefits to it. I mean, go play Hyperdash. If you haven't played Hyperdash on Quest and you're looking for something to do this weekend, go play Hyperdash.
But I still agree with her though. Like you're not going to convince a lot of people to do side quests. You're just not. They just don't want to. They don't feel comfortable doing it. So I think that it ultimately, I think it's a good thing that there's going to be an easier way to do this stuff where it's just a link to download whatever it may be. You don't have to hook up to a PC. You don't have to download another software program. You don't have to download things, move them over. I mean, it's not hard to do, but I still think it's a barrier. And I think that you're never going to tear down that barrier until you just allow people to easily download it on the Quest, just like you would almost anything else, or at least a lot easier. So I don't know.
I know. I'm glad. I'm glad they're doing something about it.
I'm confused, and I'm curious to see what they are going to do ultimately. I'm looking forward to more information about it. But I think ultimately, to me, I think it's a good thing, other than the fact that Oculus, Facebook is just could potentially take over and
I know,
push side quests to the side. And
I know they'll have to do their own early access thing if not, because it's amazing how much stuff is out there that they won't approve too, Oh
yeah, and stuff that people want to play, that people that are known good games. We've seen a lot of known good games that they won't put on there. So
I know. Yep, it's crazy. But all right, let's get off that.
Okay, getting me hyped up.
I know. Makes me want to go play stuff now on SideQuest.
Yeah, I
always forget about so many games on there. Like I always forget to look through the SideQuest store.
Yep.
It's so bad sometimes, but there's so much good stuff.
Rest in peace, Oculus Go.
Right.
For the people that just have a Go, it's time to get a Quest. It's time to get a Quest.
I know.
So we could talk about the silicone cover for the Index real quick. We talked about silicone cover for the Quest and the Rift S, and now they have released them for the Index, which is awesome. And they actually have, let me see here. They actually have this one now, which this is on my Index currently. This is a camo version of the silicone cover, which is pretty cool. And they're not that expensive. I think they're like $14. You can choose between the gray and the camo one right now. And I hope they start doing more of this, like these custom kind of colors, give us more options, because like even my wife, she prefers everything in pink. So if she could get a pink silicone cover, she's probably going to do that. The gray, she's probably not going to order one, but we talked about the benefits before. It's great for hygiene and everything else. I think for the money, it's worth it. They're really good quality. This is not going to show up right, but the nice thing about the Index is it pops on and off so easy. So this is made to go on your factory facial interface. I also have the VR cover one that I usually run on there. But I love how easy it is to snap on, snap it off. If somebody's over to play, they want to, you can wipe down the silicone so easy. You just snap it off, snap the silicone one on, put the headset on them. Yeah, sweating. It doesn't absorb any sweat. So it's honestly a nice piece. I really like it.
I know. But, they are cool.
And this is the
I've got the gray one. I don't think. Yeah, there you go. That's what I have, the gray one.
And we might try to do a giveaway for some of these. We got to probably make sure that their VR cover is okay with us doing that. But yeah,
we may. Yep. And we are, I think next episode, I don't know if we're going to be on next Saturday or not.
4th of July.
It does fall on the 4th here and in the States. It's a pretty big holiday. So I don't know if we will or not. We may try and do it on a rain day. Yeah, exactly.
Maybe a little early next week or something, but
if not, the show after, I think we may try and do some giveaways. Yeah. We definitely,
Talking about giveaways, this is a game. This is a game that I played this week actually, and I believe this is out now on Steam. We got a couple keys to give away. This is called Warchasm. And a small development team, but it's actually, to me, it's a mix of Pistol Whip with Space Pirate Trainer with something else. I don't know, but it's actually a pretty cool game. You're basically on rails, at least the parts that I've played so far, and you're just moving through this space. You have things to shoot. You also have a lot of obstacles that come, so you're doing a lot of movements, a lot of ducks, dodges. Sometimes things come down and you don't know when they first come down which way they're going to open, so you don't know till the last minute of which way you got to move. But it definitely has a space pirate trainer feel to it.
Yeah.
You know, you have a lot of robots and enemies that come, and you're on basically you're on rails, so you're basically on a cart, and you can also tip the cart, so you have handrails on each side, and you can grab the rails if there's something in that. So there's a lot to think about, honestly. There's really a lot to think about of what you need to do, how you need to move and make things happen, but it's actually really cool. It's a really cool game. And we're going to give a couple keys away too. So
there it is.
Yeah,
Nobody
so
caught that hint earlier.
Yeah. So watch up there for some Steam keys. So check it out. Leave a review for it and stuff. Like I said, a small team, a small developer, but it's really pretty cool. And it's actually, I would consider this a workout game, especially if you go to the harder levels and you get kind of into the higher levels and stuff like that. It's a wide variety of stuff. I was moving quite a bit, honestly. I was moving around.
Explosion particle effects look really good.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool. I mean, the tutorial's real basic when you first start out. There's no scenes and stuff. It's real basic tutorial. Just
you don't have to have that much tutorial for a game like this either.
Well,
you know
actually, this one's pretty good because you kind of need it because of the tipping of the cart and the movement and stuff and the reloads and Rizzle Rock.
Cheers, Rizzle.
Says welcome back, Sean. I'm definitely glad to be back. Honestly, it feels good.
Me too, man.
I've honestly missed it, but
weird not having you around. Nobody to play with. Sucks, man. Not that I didn't have anybody to play with. I have everybody on the Discord, but it's hard when it's your partner in crime when it comes to shooters and stuff. The way we work together is unlike anything else. So.
For sure. And if you didn't get that first key, here's the second one. You can grab that one. I'm gonna throw. So I actually let me see here. I actually recorded my first session going in. And it's pretty cool. I'm curious to see what people are going to think about this. There's a couple different guns. I'm guessing you get more guns as you go. The levels get harder. There's difficulty settings. If you do suffer from motion sickness, I don't know if this will bother you because Pistol Whip kind of doesn't seem to bother most people, and it's kind of the same kind of movement style you're moving through, but I feel like maybe you're moving a little bit faster in this one.
True.
So I'm not sure about how it'll be if you have motion sickness, but I honestly thought it was a pretty cool game, and I will be playing it some more. So
Ashley Riot, did somebody say Pistol Whip? I agree. So I was, what was it? It was when I was waiting on you, I think, to go into the play test on Thursday. I had a little bit of spare time to burn, so I'm like, well, going to Pistol Whip. And I'm like, okay, got to beat this person on the leaderboard. Got to beat this friend on the leaderboard. So I went into all the different songs that I'm going hard. But I was hoping they would get some notifications. I think I beat, who was it? Steve XM. Who else was it? I forget. Some other people too on there. Limbo maybe? No, I forget who it was.
Nice. Here is a third one too. I'm gonna throw up real quick, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I honestly like it. I'm gonna play it some more, get into the harder levels. I've only played it a little bit so far, but yeah,
I do. I like this style of gameplay. I really do.
Yeah, it definitely has that Pistol Whip, Space Pirate Trainer, and there's something else too. I can't quite put my finger on that. If I can mix, it's like a mixture of three things, but I'm not sure exactly what I want to use as the third. But yeah,
I haven't got into this one yet, but I really want to. It does look really good.
Yeah, you need to get into this one this week. So you also have health notifications and ammo and everything down there. You can see, and you do run out of ammo. If you run out of ammo, it's kind of cool. You can hit. I forget what button you hit. I think you hit the grip button, and when you run out of ammo, you hit the grip button and the gun spins and it'll give you an extra 5 rounds. So it's like a last ditch effort that, cause basically you get more ammo by shooting the ammo that shows up when you kill, robots and stuff like that. But it's pretty cool. I was pretty impressed. So
those are good though.
Yeah. So we got a couple keys out. So if you guys got those keys, let us know what you think of the game.
Yeah, for sure.
Play it. But pretty neat game. What do you want to get into next? Still got a couple of big things. I was
just looking at. Oh yeah. Oh, I did have a note. So I know you laugh at me when I tell you this, but I've been super excited about this game, and I know I've talked about it before. It's called Balsa. It's where you build RC planes. Look, dude, no, dead serious. So they had like a Q&A session, and I asked him. I said, "Are you coming to VR in the near future?" And he said, "Yes." So it is still coming to VR. Which I was very excited to hear because they're putting a lot into this and it looks really good. You can literally build the planes, fly the planes yourself.
And you can do like a
multiplayer shooter,
first person mode too, right? In Balsa.
Yeah, where you're actually in the RC plane, which is really cool, or fly it from the ground. So I'm really excited to get into this. It looks just really good.
You've been excited about this game since, like one of the first couple episodes we talked about this game. And you've been super excited about this game ever since. I don't even know how many times I've heard you say Balsa.
But it's coming, man. It's coming.
Oh, man.
I know.
Well, I was talking about flying game. Let's go ahead and talk about Project Wingman a little bit. You mentioned this. This is a new trailer.
Looks so polished, though. Yeah, this looks unbelievable, and it's been a Kickstarter. It's been in development for a while and stuff, but we finally have a Steam page on it now too. And every time I look at this trailer, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like the explosions in this and the visuals look so good, and it's full VR support. So it does. I'm really excited for this game. I hope it plays well.
And it's supposed to be more arcade style, right? Not like super sim.
Yeah, not as sim. Arcade. Right. It looks like it's a good balance to me.
And it's saying summer 2020, so that should be. We are definitely officially into summer, so.
Yeah.
Should be.
It looks so good, and I love flight sims.
Yeah, you're all about the flight sim stuff.
You like them too. You just don't like the learning curve of it.
I don't as much love the simulation stuff like the X-Plane or whatever it was, because man, it took me 30 minutes to even figure out how to get the plane off the ground. So it is cool if you have the time to take, because you can literally probably learn how to fly a plane in some of these games, and that's pretty cool. Sure. But I just don't have the time sometimes to devote to getting the plane off the ground. So I prefer something more arcadey where I can step in,
where you
and
can jump
fly,
in.
And I can
I know.
And for me, like I like, I don't know, it's hard for me with flying games to get the sense of speed a lot of times, and which is weird because even in real planes, when you're that high in the air, you don't feel like you're going that fast. But I like games that make me feel like I am flying, like
doing something crazy.
And if you get close enough to the ground, sometimes you can feel that way. But like if I'm in a fighter jet, like I want to feel like I am booking it, you know what I mean?
Well, they do have clouds and stuff in this too, so you really should be able to get that feel, even if you're not close to the ground.
For some reason, to me, flying games, I just always feel like I'm barely moving, and it's like this. It gets kind of boring. I don't know. I'm weird, but
I get it. Mepper says Steam says Balsa will include a level editor, and yes, it will include a level editor. They, I think, have already 4 or 5 maps.
Who said that? So wait a minute, you're not the only one that knows all about.
No, he said he's had it on his wish list since last year too, man. Come on, it's good stuff. I'm telling you.
That's awesome.
Everyone's gonna be shocked how cool, because the developer, I know I'm going back to it again, but the developer is from Kerbal Space Program.
Yeah.
And if you ever experience that, you can build your own ships, and I'm talking down to the balance and everything, every piece that goes on it. So it's just really, it's as involved as you want it to be, and not as involved. So.
Cheers,
Aspen cheers, man.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Man.
So
really
much.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Cheers. I'm pounding through the coffee this morning now.
I've been sipping on it. Like
now.
I said, it's the first cup I've had in like 3 weeks, so hopefully it doesn't mess my stomach up too bad. But man, I've missed it. So I was like, I gotta have my first cup of coffee back on the show. Like I have to.
Oh, no. So I'm at the tail end of the Roastology coffee too, which is really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's
what I have right now. Yep, that's what I have right now. And I normally put more stuff in my coffee, but I'm just actually drinking it mostly black today with a little bit of honey in it. So.
That's how, I drink mine. It has to look like oil.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the new Catwalk. And this is the Catwalk C. This is going to lead into our next topic a little bit. But this is available on Kickstarter now. And I think this is like $1,000, I think, compared to...
I don't know, man. I don't get that cracked up over this kind of stuff. I don't...
Yeah, it's hit or miss.
I don't know.
And some people really do get cracked up about it,
right?
And some people
don't.
They do. And it's kind of, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of a weird topic for me because I don't mind the stick locomotion. Like playing contractors and stuff, I like the stick locomotion. I feel like it's quick, it's snappy, it does what I want it to do when I want it to do it. But at the same time, when you want to go for that feeling of realism and the feeling of actually being somewhere and doing something, just like we talked about with the gun stock, you got a gun stock pressed against your shoulder, feels like you're actually holding a rifle instead of 2 controllers out in the air. So I think there is a place for it. This one is looking pretty good because it's quite a bit smaller. It's quite a bit cheaper. It should fit, a lot easier in homes, easier to obtain. It's just, I don't know that I would want to take the time to get strapped up in this thing every time I want to play VR.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
You're always going to feel like you have something, or you have something you're going to, you're going uphill to slip on almost or something. I just feel like the barrier there would bring me out of VR almost. I don't know. And maybe I'm wrong. I haven't tried it, so I can't say. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's too much of something. Maybe.
Yeah, and I think that this is something like a Gunstock that's going to have an even bigger learning curve, you know, to really get into it and feel natural and feel like, I mean, they're playing Pavlov there. But I don't know, like me, you know, somebody that's good at a game like Pavlov using stick locomotion up against somebody that's good at a game like Pavlov using a Catwalk C, who has the advantage?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
who really is going to be quicker and have the advantage? I don't know. I
feel like
almost
sticks,
stick.
Man.
Yeah,
I agree.
Too.
Yeah,
I would too. Agree. But I think this is cool. I think it's cool that they're working on the form factor. They're getting it smaller. They're making it cheaper. I mean, this is $1,000. A lot of money, no matter how you look at it. $1,000 to me is a lot of money. But it's a lot more obtainable to a lot more people than what some of the bigger, more expensive versions of this. So I don't know. I'm curious to see what people out there think. Is treadmills and stuff, is that really the future of VR? Is that where we're headed? You know, are we headed to a Ready Player One kind of an omnidirectional, you know, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think.
I'm not.
No, I don't think it'll ever. I don't think it'll ever go to something like that where everybody has treadmills and stuff like this.
I agree.
I just don't.
Think arcade,
that's me.
I think arcade style. If you're going to go to a VR arcade, I think this is something that's excellent to have there. It's excellent for people to get to try out and mess with. That's, you know, what I see this being useful as, and maybe the hardcore people. You know, the people that really want that realism of VR and to be able to walk around Skyrim, walk around, what's my favorite game? I can't think of the word of,
your favorite?
Valve,
well,
what is it called?
I want to hear this.
The main Valve game. We can't
HLA?
Yeah, Half-Life Alyx. Sorry, I had a brain fart. My brain's not working 100%. But but I mean, walk around the world of Half-Life Alyx, and
I mean, you're right. I know arcade. Like, okay, there's the Circle VR, which is an arcade that opened up by me, which I would love to go to because it's a strictly VR arcade. This would be amazing for them because it is something normally people wouldn't buy on their own. So you go there and try it or use it. And it would be a totally new experience. Yeah, and people watch it and they're like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. I want to try this, you know?
I think this is perfect for arcades. Like hopefully Remarcus, you know, he has that arcade. Hopefully he gets one of these. I would love to go try one of these out. I'm not going to spend $1,000 to try to get one of these. There's no way. I'm not going to do that. But I would love to try one out. And honestly, I think the biggest barrier for me is just time. Like I don't have that much time as it is.
Yeah.
So if I want to hop into Contractors and play, I'm going to grab my Gunstock, my controllers, put my headset on and play. I'm not going to strap myself in, put my special shoes on every time I want to play. I'm just not going to do it. But
the other thing is, how many times too do people go out of their VR space to do something as well? So like, let's say your phone's sitting on a counter, or you got to swap batteries,
do something on the computer,
which I get. It's easy. It's a belt buckle. You can unstrap, walk out of it, fall out of it, whatever happens, and go get that. But I don't know. To have it home, it's different. But
yeah, I think arcade style, it's excellent. I think arcade, hands down, this is cool. I think every arcade should have one. Every arcade should be ordering one of these up. I think it's great. The problem is, I guess, the shoes. I'm not sure. I guess the shoes are probably one size fit all. I'm not sure if you put in your shoe size or if it's something that goes over your regular shoes. I'm not sure how that works exactly. I know you get them with the so for $1,000 you get the Catwalk C, a pair of custom friction shoes, and a pair of sensors. So
so
really
it is
cool.
shoes, it says.
Yeah, really cool. I think this is neat. Just probably not something I'm going to order, but this is going to lead into our next story, and it's kind of a twofold thing here because when you watch this video of the Catwalk C, if you notice, and I don't know where it's at in the video is kind of long, but if you notice, it shows Cyberpunk 2077 on the screen in the video for this, and I'm hoping it pops up here real quick. But he sits down at the computer. It says Cyberpunk 2077 on the monitor, and I think that's kind of weird. That's in this video. That's kind of strange to me. One, two, the story of Cyberpunk 2077 getting delayed, and in that image, it shows them in the Cyberpunk studios, and it shows the Catwalk Mini, I think, or something like that in that picture. So, of course, the rumors start, you know.
Yeah, sure. Rumor mill, as always.
Cyberpunk 2077 got delayed for VR support. Is that true? I don't know. I kind of doubt it. But I think it is funny that in this video, it shows Cyberpunk 2077. And in that image, it shows a Catwalk Mini or whatever it was. There it is right there. See on the computer, you
right.
can see the screen back there. It says Cyberpunk 2077. It shows it again at another point. I don't know.
I feel like how good.
Right there it is again. Cyberpunk 2077.
How good it looks
right there
on 2077 that I don't know how they could get it to work in VR. I'm sure they could because we do have some huge games that are gorgeous, like Fallout and stuff like that were strictly PC games that have been converted to VR. That I don't know. I don't know. Do I think it's for real? I don't know. But yeah, like that one right there really makes me think that there could be.
Yeah, but they've talked about it before, and they've said before they've played around with VR support, and they said that it's just not there yet. They don't think the money would be there. Visually, like you're saying, the game looks excellent, but then I see a game like Half-Life Alyx, which is a gorgeous game, and it works flawlessly in VR.
I totally agree.
Tony Digital, thank you, sir, for feeling better. Hope you're continuing to getting 100%. So hopefully,
cheers, Tony,
like I said, another doctor's appointment Monday. I need to do the reverse of the Gaming Science Teacher 21-day challenge, where I go 21 days and try to gain my 25 pounds back, or at least 20 pounds of the 25. I'd be okay with. I was trying to burn a little bit of fat in the challenge, went a little crazy with not being able to eat, and not exactly what I'd planned for. So, but I'll get back. I'll get back to 100%. I'm sure. So
you were doing good playing. I know you didn't play too terribly long.
I felt a lot better the past couple of days. It was really super rough for a couple weeks. The past couple of days have been a big improvement. I'm able to eat some solid food again, which has been amazing because
we got some W's in our super secret playtest, so that's all that mattered to me.
Yeah, that's true. We got a couple W's. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
It's such a good game. I can't wait till we talk about it. We already have plans for the developers to be on the show and everything else. It's going to be excellent.
I know.
So definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
I don't know. I'm curious to see what everybody thinks about Cyberpunk 2077 coming to VR.
If it happens,
excellent.
It would be a game changer.
Yeah.
It would be huge. Again, another huge AAA game coming. If so, I think it would be great. It would be almost equal as like me getting GTA 6, in VR. That game and what they've shown and the look, image, scale of it, it would be like me getting GTA 6. So
it would be a game changer for sure. And I personally think it would be a great thing for them to do. Obviously, I like VR a lot, but I think hands down, I think they should do it. Do I think they're going to? Probably not. I don't, at least not right off the bat. I can't imagine that they would delay the game for VR support. I mean, I'm sure they delayed the game because they're further optimizing. They just needed more time to get it up there. If it is going to get VR support, I don't see why they would have delayed it. They just would have launched the game, regular flat game, and later on down the road said, hey, guess what? We're adding VR support. That's what I think they would have done. I don't think they would have delayed a whole release just for VR support. I can't imagine that would be the case, but hopefully.
Jason in chat said he won with me too, and we pulled a W too after you got off. And speaking of, have you seen the video that who was it? Molly? Was it Molly that did?
Great I'm not even gonna read it, but everybody else can read it. Sorry, go ahead.
Playing drop in. Oh man, it's did you see that video? Did you watch it?
No, I saw that. I haven't watched it yet, but I saw as somebody was playing drop in, got like over 1 million views or something.
It's like
crazy.
at 1 million.
Yeah. So awesome for Jason that it got that kind of exposure. So, and it's a fun game. He's constantly tweaking it and adding stuff to it. It just keeps getting better and better, and it's free to play. So I mean,
every time he adds stuff now in Apocalypse, I'm like, oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, even the AI and stuff has gotten better. I mean, a lot of improvements. So if you went in early, hop back in. He's constantly updating and adding things. And
I'm actually scared now in there.
Yeah, I know, me too. I've gotten scared a couple times too. And there's still an RR secret location in there. I don't know I'm sure people have found it, but
we're gonna have a now it's coming.
Going to.
It's coming.
You
now
I feel like we're
close. Yeah, I feel like the game is right there. He gets
awesome.
one objective into Apocalypse where there's something for people to do in there. We're doing it. That's when we're going in right then. So yep.
So awesome.
So cool. Yep.
Pretty cool. What else we got here? Talk about Virtua Sonic?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep. Which this isn't coming yet.
No.
It's just kind of a gameplay trailer, but this is coming to what is it? Sage 2020.
Sage 2020, yeah.
Which is a convention for Sonic games and stuff like that.
Yes.
Which is in September. I think there might be an exact date, but I think it's roughly in September. So this will be released then and not until then.
And we don't know if it's going to be free, paid. We don't know. It's going to be on Steam.
It's probably going to be. I actually don't know. I'm not going to make any.
I'm guessing it's going to be free because of if they charge for it. I mean, that's going to be
right. True. You probably couldn't charge for it because of copyright issues, right?
Yeah, I don't know, but
it actually looks really cool. I mean, this is kind of what my wife has been dreaming of. She's talked about wanting this.
I think all girls liked Sonic. Like it seemed like when any girl that I've known, and you talk about the old school video games, it's always Sonic.
True.
Right? They're like, oh,
like maybe that
Sonic.
was their first game that
I mean,
girl
Mario
and
stuff is huge, but
maybe,
for some reason it seems like Mario. Or, I mean, it seems like Sonic always comes up, and I mean, everybody loves Sonic, but it's pretty cool. The movement style is pretty cool. How you swing your arms to actually move and stuff, and it looks kind of basic, but this is just real early.
It's not that big. I mean, there's a lot of moves and stuff you can do, though. I mean, you're saying like world-wise. I mean,
just world-wise, color-wise, And I'm sure there's different levels. It's probably just this level that looks like this. And like we said, it's early, but.
And I know, like, what was it? Nimsoni did the one, and I've played that one and stuff, which was pretty basic, but he did a really good job with that. But this starting to look like it could be a game. Like, this is really cool. I really want to try this.
Yeah, we need this in VR. Yep. We need we need like official Mario and official Sonic, and probably not going to happen, but unless Nintendo and stuff gets into VR a little bit more than
there is, though, what is it? So Mario, I think it's Mario Odyssey on Switch, you can actually play in VR as well. And I haven't done that yet. My nephew has it. And I know I got him all the VR, what was it? Labo stuff for Switch. And I haven't got to try that one yet. Yeah, I was going to say cardboard, but even though it is cardboard, it's not. But
it's like Google Cardboard, but it's Nintendo Cardboard.
But yeah, I think that has official support. I don't know to what level. I think it's still third person though. So. But this looks awesome. I'd love to try this though. It's really cool. Mm-hmm. This stuff excites me. But again, like we talked about, the indie stuff, man, the solo developers and stuff, they come up with really cool stuff that some companies can't do and won't do. The
VR wouldn't even be probably around right now if it wasn't for the indie developers, because in the early days that's all we had. I mean, the indie developers is what the VR was literally built on the backbone of indie developers, you know what I mean?
Yep,
so we wouldn't be where we were now if it wasn't for them, because none of the big stuff wanted to pick it up. None of the big people wanted to do anything with it. It was the small companies that were making killer VR games that got it for people to even pay attention. I mean, that's
and building on that and improving and getting better and better.
Now the AAA people are finally starting to see the light a little bit.
Remember when they were like, Locomotion will never be a thing? That was a thing to where, why would you add that? That's not going to be how it is. People will never play it that way. Mm-hmm. And now look, if games don't have that, it's like, oh my gosh, what why don't
even the Oculus Rift, the original version, didn't even have touch controllers. It was a gamepad when they were first coming out. Like, I mean, so people didn't even think it was going to be played like that. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's really come a long way, and it's the indie developers that really did a good job.
Anakazi said, "What should I search for to check out?" I think it's by the Molly is the channel, I think. And the video for drop-in.
Oh, well, that's posted in the Discord. If Jason's on, throw that video in the Discord.
Under videos, or in the comments below too. Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. So I need to watch that. I haven't watched it yet, but I know it's blowing up. So that's really cool.
But the video itself, though, when I watch it, I'm like, well, this is what we do, and we go in every time. It's them screwing around and like. That is shooting RPGs at each other, and I'm like, this is every time.
That's why I said like that.
What's new?
We should record that stuff. A lot of times we don't record it; we just go in to have fun. But
oh my gosh, I know, breaking the controllers and stuff, literally screwing around in that little developer lobby.
Yep, true that. So, what do you think about Facebook? I'm sorry, buying Ready at Dawn Studios?
I mean, I think they're trying to buy up bigger studios now.
I'm not surprised. I honestly thought this would have been the first one they bought up. They bought, Beat Games. They've bought a bunch of stuff. This was the one I honestly thought right off the bat would have been day one. So I wasn't surprised at all when they bought Radio Dawn. I mean, they made Echo VR, Lone Echo, working on the next Lone Echo.
Which were all published by them anyways. So, they put
they were Oculus exclusives. So, I mean.
Right, exactly. That's my point. So they're already on board with them.
And they're big titles for Oculus. I mean, some of the most successful stuff
getting
Oculus
bigger.
has had. Yeah. So
Yep.
I'm not surprised. I mean, I don't know that I love the fact that they're buying up all these things because it's going to remain, well, with this, it's going to remain Oculus exclusives, I'm sure, and
Yep.
Beat Games, makes Beat Saber. That's all over the place. So we don't know what's going to happen with something like that that's Oculus owned now. Is it still going to be on Steam? Is it going to be on PSVR? I don't know.
Yeah, Greg's VR said record every time. You
Yeah,
always
that's what he
delete-
does.
Always
If
delete
you're-
afterwards.
If
I
you're
know.
playing with Greg's
Oh.
VR, he's recording you. I can guarantee you that.
Be careful.
Be careful what you say and
Oh,
everything
God.
else. But
Oh,
yeah,
no.
so I'm not surprised by this. I'm
Right.
obviously excited for Lone Echo 2. That's supposed to be coming
Mhm.
out this year.
Yep.
I'm curious to see what they'll do next. I mean, what's their next
Yeah.
big title? I don't know.
That's what excites me, I think, most, because the funding now that is accessible to them.
I mean,
for their
Oculus is
projects
already
is
throwing
probably-
money at them, though.
Right.
I mean, they are already throwing tons of money for the other games to be exclusives
Sure.
and stuff. So I don't know how much it's really going to change, but I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know.
but
I don't know
maybe
how
more
I feel about it.
streamlined. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah, it's kind of a
Yeah, I
mixed
don't think
bag.
it's going to change a lot from the company unless it goes downhill. But
Yeah.
I don't think it will. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think Oculus. I mean, the only bad thing is I feel like when Oculus owns the company or studio, whatever that may be, they drag things out a little longer than I would like,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
where my fears start to come into that.
I agree.
I hope that doesn't happen, but yeah,
I agree.
yeah, I know.
I wanted to mention, because I had no idea how huge this was. If you watch the Upload VR, the summer showcase or whatever it was called, where they announced the new
right.
games and everything, the chat was completely spammed the whole time
Right?
with
Yeah.
people saying Five Nights at Freddy on Quest. Where's Five Nights at Freddy's
I
coming
know.
to Quest? When is this happening? When is this happening? And I had no idea that game was wanted that much for Quest. Like I had no idea. Like I was just like, what is going on? Like, I
Right.
mean, I understand there's a big following for Five Nights at Freddy's. A lot of people Quest only headsets. So I understand there's a lot of hype, but man, I had no idea it was that big. Well,
Right.
they finally announced it. So Five Nights at Freddy is going to be available for the Quest on July 16th.
There you
So maybe all that spamming they did in the comments and stuff was helped them out some for them to go
I
ahead
don't
and
think
announce
this-
it. Probably not.
No,
but
because this had to be in the works. This isn't something you just pop up and be like, okay, here you go. Like you ask for it, you get it. Like, no,
Yeah.
it doesn't work that way.
yeah,
So
so I just had to mention that because obviously there is a lot of people that want Five
Right.
Nights at Freddy on Quest. I mean, it's crazy.
it's amazing. I
So-
don't know. It's never really been a game on my radar. I don't know, for myself, maybe not more my style, but yeah, people must love it a lot. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's cool. Good. I mean, that's good. I mean, I think it's going to be a great game on Quest anyways. I think it's a good
Right.
thing, but I just had no idea. I mean, there was just
I
so
know.
many people saying that. But
Okay. So in chat, Hussein X said, who would be Facebook's next acquisition?
oh, man.
Gunfire Games?
I don't
I don't know. Next,
I mean, I knew Ready at Dawn was coming. I thought that would have been their
Right,
first
I get
one,
that,
honestly.
yeah.
But
man, I don't know. Beat Saber?
they already own it. They already own
Oh,
Beat
true.
Games.
Oh,
they
yeah,
bought
that's
Beat
right. That was
Games.
the last one they actually, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, anything
Trying to
that's
think who is like
anything
a
that's
mainstream
VR
Oculus
and
that's-
very
yeah, you're
popular.
right.
Anything VR and very popular.
Yeah, I know. I get I don't know.
I
a
don't
good
know.
question.
I really, I'd have to think about it for a while. I would have guessed Ready at Dawn if it wouldn't have just happened,
Sure.
but I'm
Yeah,
sure
if you
there's
guys
going to
have
be
any,
more.
leave it in comments. Whatever you guys think, leave one
Yeah.
in comments.
What would be a
Even if
good
it's
one
just
for
a
them to
name. Because I'm gonna look into that now. Now I'm really curious of which one would be there
Yeah.
next.
I feel
I
like
don't know.
it's companies that are kind of trendsetters. It's not the companies like
Right.
Pavlov and you know what I mean. Like it's not games that are real popular, but basically,
Right.
it's something like Beat Games where Beat Saber came
Right.
kind of take the world by storm. Somebody like Ready
Sure.
at Dawn, Lone Echo, the movement style, it was different. It's very popular. A lot of people really love it. It's people that do something different. They set themselves on another bar. That's what I think they kind of look for, in my
Sure.
opinion. And I want to real quick mention Paradise Decay before this comment floats away. He said, but wouldn't you rather have Oculus buy them to guarantee more VR or Sony to buy them and turn them into pancake games like they did with the Stormland devs? So yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I mean, I would prefer these companies to focus on VR. Like I don't have personally any interest in flat games anymore. So yeah, and if you look at it that way, I would much rather them focus on VR games, VR
Oh, yeah.
game only, VR
sure.
exclusive stuff. Yeah.
Fluke Gruggy said, "Have you seen that Facebook killed Beat Saber licensing to VR arcades?" No, I didn't.
I did see that.
Because
yeah.
actually, I looked like 2 weeks ago or something like that at some of the licensing stuff, and I thought it was on there still. But
so I think Gaming Science
interesting.
Teacher posted it in our Discord, and somebody made a comment. I'm going to look at it. That a lot of times the licensing stuff is timed. So as Limba said, I think usually arcades have
Right.
licenses for use software, so X amount of dollars per year.
Right.
I don't know, but so
Yeah, I don't know
Gaming
either.
Science Teacher said, right, but now Beat Games will no longer offer that license. Arcades aren't going to be allowed to have Beat Saber at all, which is terrible because,
Right.
I mean, Beat Saber is one of the things people think of. If they don't know anything about
Yeah.
VR, they've most likely heard of Beat Saber, and they
And
most
that's what they
likely
wanna go
want
try.
to play it. Yeah, so
Sure.
I think the fact that it won't be in arcades is kind of devastating. I think that's a terrible.
But I get it though, because why now would Oculus want that to be in arcades when there's really no Oculus headsets in arcades? You know what I mean? They want to keep that as more of an
true.
exclusive or pull it back in a little bit.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
true. I mean, most of the arcades, I mean, there probably are some arcades with Rift S's and stuff like that, but most of the time in arcades and places I've been, it's usually the Vive, and I don't know how that's
Yep.
going to change going forward, but usually it's a Vive headset in most
For sure.
arcades, but
Yep.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of
Yeah, I don't
crazy and
know.
it stinks. I mean, I think that for the VR market as a whole, I think it's terrible because if somebody sees Beat Saber as one of those games, I got to play this, I'm going to go to this
Right,
arcade,
right. I
I'm going to
know.
play it.
Yeah.
I fall in love with it. I want to hone my skills. I want to get to the,
And they go out
higher
and buy it.
numbers and they go out and buy it.
Right.
Yeah. So I think
Right.
it's, the VR arcades are definitely an entryway into VR.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, they're something that opens doors for people that want to buy into VR that,
And
that's
that's the problem. That's why we don't have that mass adoption is the price point. You know, who's going to invest in something that much money that they can't really go out and try beforehand, you know?
right.
Or return it, I guess, an extent. And that's why we don't have that large adoption is because people don't really know until you try it what VR is. It's kind of what's shown. Like everyone that tries it literally wants it then. You know, there's no doubt in my mind that once somebody plays something, they fall in love with it, they're going to want VR. So
Right.
just let people try it in arcades. Who cares? You know,
Yeah,
it's
I
no
don't-
loss
I
on
don't
their
get it.
back. They're still getting paid by the arcades anyways.
Yeah, if they're licensing it out, they're going to make,
Right.
because I mean, if Oculus owns Beat Games, they're going to be making, the money for whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It's a weird, I don't know. VR is
know.
still a weird space to me. It's still
Yeah.
just a weird, I don't know. But that
I know.
stinks. I think that's terrible. But
Sure. Yeah, it is. That is kind of terrible.
yeah.
But
And
it's too bad.
Ham for the Win said, I think it's more the music industry wanting to control the marketing of their artists.
Right.
They're
Well,
getting
sure,
moody
always.
At the moment. So, yeah, I mean, anytime you have a music game that's licensed music from well-known artists, that complicates
Yep.
things for sure. But,
Yep.
yeah.
I know. The other one a lot of people are talking about that's coming out too is Star Wars Squadrons.
Oh, yeah. I
Is
didn't
going to
get
have
that
full
trailer.
VR support. And I know this was a little bit ago, but we missed some episodes, but that looks so crispy.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Anything with a name like Star Wars.
Star Wars? Oh, yeah. Can you imagine? Like this looks straight out of like what you would experience at like Disney or something, I mean, to sit in X-Wing and stuff. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
So cool.
Anytime
so
a
freaking
name
cool.
like Star Wars is out there,
Oh,
any big
I know.
time thing, it's going to have a draw. It's definitely going to have a draw. So I think it's excellent for sure.
Oh, no, it's so good. Yeah, the trailer. Go watch it if you haven't. It's
yeah, I
so
meant to
good.
grab that and
So
I
cool.
forgot.
Oh, no.
And
deal. It's a little bit old news now.
So we're going to getting close to wrapping up, but I wanted to talk about real quick the Steam summer sale.
Oh, yeah,
'Cause
right.
there
I
is
put a
so
link in the
much
description too,
stuff.
so you
Let
can
me see
follow
here.
with what he's going to talk about. But there's so many things, and so worth spending some bucks right now because
Yeah.
you get what the $5 off at checkout,
Right,
and I'm
for $30,
sure that's a
purchase of
one-time.
$30, I think.
Right, but there's so many games that are half price.
Yeah,
70% off. Like
Contractors is half price. Fallout
Yeah.
4 VR, $17.99, normally $60. Half-Life
Skyrim,
Alex,
same thing.
$60, $44.99 currently. The Forest,
Right.
half off, $10. Skyrim, Boneworks, X-Plane. We talked a little bit about that. I mean,
Walking
there's
Dead.
so
I know.
so much good stuff right now. So definitely
know.
check out
I
the.
know.
When did you say it's over? I can't remember when the summer sale is
I
over.
put it in the description. I think it's July 9th, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But double check it there.
And
But
also
yeah.
one of the games that you speak very highly of, Westworld Awakening, I think is what did
Oh,
I tell you?
dude,
Was it's
so
like
good, man.
$9 right now? I think it's
Yeah,
normally
it's so
30.
good.
It's like
So good.
$9 right now. I mean, Zero
Yep.
Caliber $17, Onward $12 half price. I mean, if you don't, I think a lot of people
Yeah.
probably have these games, but if you don't, I mean,
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, there's
stuff.
just so many games. I don't think. I mean, there's gonna be something on there that
Project Cars
somebody
2,
wants. Right.
$8.99. It's normally what, $60. Box
Right.
VR. I still love Box VR. I haven't played it in a little while now because I've been down for the count. But Box VR $17.99. I mean, there's just so much stuff on sale right now. It's great time to pick up some games. So
Yep. Absolutely.
Doom
Even if you don't play them
VFR,
now, you know what I mean?
Star Trek Bridge Crew. I mean, man, there's so much stuff. Into the
I know.
Radius. Into the Radius is $20 compared to $30. Windlands 2, $8.99.
Pixel Rip,
1989,
$8.
Yep.
Right.
Creed. I mean, Creed is $7.49, normally $30. Batman Arkham, which is an old game, still a really good one though. I really like Batman Arkham VR. It's not a long game, but currently on sale for $10. It's a cool experience. I recommend it. Talos
VTOL,
Principle.
a lot of people love VTOL.
I mean, there's
for
just
flying.
so much stuff. Thumper, Talos Principle, Red Matter. I mean, there's just so much good
exactly.
stuff.
But the link to what he's looking at right here, which I kind of curated to stuff that was on sale, and by relevance, get you right to what he's looking at. So give yourself a scroll.
If you don't have contractors, buy it. It's $10. It's half off. Buy contractors. Seriously, please.
We will be playing.
Yeah.
We will be playing. It's not
definitely
a if, it's a when.
Yeah, definitely. It's a must-have game. If you like shooter games at all, please buy contractors. I love that game. And the only reason I push it is because I want more people to keep playing it, so we got more people to play with and against and everything else. So, but yeah, scroll through. I mean, there's so much stuff. You could spend a fortune right now, honestly, on so many games. If you're new to VR and you don't have a big library, or you just got a couple games you've been wanting to pick up, there's so much.
And I was looking too, for reference for a friend of mine, and Quest still sold out at Best Buy within 250 miles of me.
Yeah. Yep.
Still completely sold out. Like
Grip Combat
unbelievable.
Racing, $7. I have that.
Yeah,
it's multiplayer. Virtual Battlegrounds.
Yep.
Thief Simulator. Apex
you go on
Construct.
I mean, there's
Down
so
the rabbit
many,
hole.
yeah.
Do you want me to read them all? I can read them all. I haven't had caffeine in like 3 weeks, and I
Where
drank
did
a cup
this
of coffee.
random energy come
This
from?
is the
man?
most energy
You're
I've had in a long
sudden,
time, so
like,
I'm gonna use it up. So
stoked over
everybody be quiet. I'm gonna read every single game that's on sale and its price.
He's gonna crash after this so hard. I can't wait.
Yeah, we actually recently got a pool. So we had a pool installed, a nice big pool, and that is where I'm going to be today. So when I crash, I'm going to be floating on a float in the pool and loving life. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. So. Ham said, should we get contractors? Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And VR Sprague, I said, buy contractors so Sean can shoot you in the face.
I can at least try. I'm a little rusty with the gun stock, so I got to get back into it. But yeah,
it's so much fun playing.
When gun playing contractors is so excellent.
I know. I was playing when he said Ham said VR Battlegrounds worthwhile. Yeah, VR Battlegrounds is a good game.
Virtual Battlegrounds,
player base right now in contractors has gone up, so it's hard for me to.
I really like Virtual Battlegrounds. I like battle royale games in VR, especially with squads and stuff. I really like them. Yeah. It's fun. It's just we stopped playing because there was nobody on. So that's hopefully they can bring that back up. So just know that if you're going to pick it up, it's going to be hard to find games currently, but.
When you were when you were sick, I was playing contractors, and I was obviously playing a lot, and I was playing with a guy that recognized me and stuff, and he started saying that he'd gotten an index and stuff. I'm trying to think of his name, Judge Red or something like that. Super nice guy. Said he was a police officer, and he said he's been telling everybody that he wants to bring it in and let them try it because the realism of contractors is so like 1-to-1 with it that he wants them to all experience it and stuff. And I get it. It is, man. I mean, contractors is just that on point. It's so crazy.
It's really good. I mean, they did that graphically. The game is excellent. Yep. Gunplay, the game is excellent. I mean, I don't know. I just really like it, but.
Yep. I know.
So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways.
But yeah, but honestly, I appreciate all the well wishes and all this time. A lot of people have said, get better soon and stuff. And I think I'm on the upward track. I still don't know exactly what it was. Like I said, I'm going to a specialist Monday. It's something gastrointestinal. The first couple doctors thought it was viral. Then they thought it was bacterial, and even antibiotics and stuff didn't kick it out. So they're maybe thinking it's something else. So hopefully I'll have some answers Monday and know a little bit more and be continuing on the road to recovery, because I've actually been out of work. I gotta get back to work. I mean, I miss working and stuff, so it's been rough. But
every picture I got from you wasn't VR stuff. It was like you with IVs and like I'm like, this is not fun. Like there's nothing cool about this.
I mean, I was super dehydrated. I was trying to drink water, but they had to give me IV bags because I was like severely dehydrated, and it's been rough, but
I know.
hopefully all on the uphill now, so we'll be good to go. But yeah, so honestly, really appreciate everybody being here. We appreciate the super chats. Do. Yeah, we missed it. We love just hanging out, talking VR, and talking with chat and everything. So yeah, we really appreciate it. But
and we'll hopefully let you guys in on what we've been playing. Hopefully soon. I really hope so, because oh man, you guys missing out.
It'll hopefully be soon. It'll hopefully be soon that we get so much fun. Go ahead. So
so much fun.
And we'll be playing that with everybody too once it's out for sure. That'll be a big one. So excellent.
I know.
But
appreciate all the likes, DLG27. We really do appreciate all that. It's so good to be back, and we will definitely hit you guys up when we're playing next.
And we don't know for next show. We don't know for sure what's going to happen with the holiday for July 4th. Sure. We might try to do maybe an early show, or maybe earlier in the week, Thursday, Friday, maybe Sunday.
Playing Contractors, maybe something.
We had fun streaming Contractors. We'll probably try to do that more. We really do need to do some more streams and gameplays and stuff.
Stock so ready.
Let's go, man. Me, but
I love it. It's so much more solid now with the new upgraded joints. Like, if you guys are debating one, these are amazing. I know they're not cheap. I think they come in at like $150, but it's so versatile that you can upgrade between headsets. If you have a Rift and you want to get an Index,
none of them are cheap, honestly. They're all to get the top end of stuff. And the ProTube makes great stuff too. I like ProTube. I have a ProTube MagTube. I just didn't like the way they use the Index cups and with all the zip ties. But I still use that with the Rift. If I'm playing on my Rift S or something, I use the ProTube MagTube.
And what Ham was saying though with those is you don't have any yaw adjustment with the Index. So you can't actually put any rotation into your controller, which is what is nice about this, because I have mine all at crazy angles and stuff.
It is really adjustable. So Noah says, should I get the VR power? And that's the Rebuff Reality. I was actually talking to somebody the other night when we were playing on Quest, somebody was like, "Oh, I played for like 4 or 5 hours," and they were like, "How did you do it on the Quest?" And he's like, "Oh, I got the VR Power Pack." And honestly, it's quality. It's a nice piece. It works well. It keeps your Quest going for a long time. My only complaint is I think it's too big and too heavy. So for some people, I use the Deluxe Audio Strap, so it's a little bit harder to put on there. The Deluxe Audio Strap shifts the weight a lot better and makes it more comfortable. So if you're using a regular head strap, it's probably a little bit more beneficial because it is going to help balance it out. I still think it's a little bit too heavy. It should be a little bit lighter, a little bit smaller, I think. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking to play a lot longer, it's probably the best official option that you can buy. Unless you want to just get a regular battery bank or something like that.
That's what I do.
If you want to get an official one that straps on there nice, looks good, has some cool LEDs and stuff, I think it's a good option. I really do. I think it's a little fat. I think it could go on a diet a little bit, but I think it's a good option. Works good. I mean, I've had it for a while. I've used it a decent amount, and it holds charge. It charges back up. I have the VR Energy one as well. And that one has not seemed to do as good. So it seemed lower quality when I first got it, but it worked. Some people got them right out of the box. It didn't work at all. Mine worked. It would charge up. It would hold a charge. It didn't seem to give the Quest as much power as quickly. But now, last time I tried to use it, I think I tried to charge it and it wouldn't charge up. It does have replaceable batteries, so you can replace the batteries that are in it. But it's, if you're looking between the two, the VR Power from Rebuff Reality is definitely higher quality. Yeah, it's definitely higher quality. So I would recommend it over the other one. But
I get it. I know.
Sorry to go into that rant. I just saw that question and wanted to be able to answer
we just talked about that with somebody when we were playing the other night. So
it's just a little too heavy, but it works. It works good. And for some people, they feel like it's a really good balance. I think it makes it a little bit too heavy in the back, but not bad. It definitely balances out if you're using a regular head strap. So.
And Anakazi was asking, yes, it's the Mammut Apto is the gun stock. And I think I have it in the description maybe too. I forget if I put that in there or not. I know we wanted to talk about it, but yeah, it's good stuff. And here's even the two different mounts. So one's a lower and one's an upper that I have. I don't know if they're including the upper one still, or if it's one or the other.
I'm not
for the
sure
index.
If you have to look at the kit and it'll probably tell you on the website. But
these are so strong too.
Yeah, the magnets are wicked strong.
They don't get in the way. The charger is still accessible. The release button is still accessible on the controller. They work really nice. Super strong magnets. And if you have a metal desk, you can literally mount it right to your metal desk. Super cool.
I don't have a metal desk, but
no. But yeah, they're awesome. Yeah, I love it. It's great. Super cool. Highly recommended.
For sure. All right. Well, again, thanks everybody for being here. Thanks for hanging out.
Yep. Absolutely. Appreciate all the likes.
Yeah, the super chats. We really appreciate the super chats.
He said half viewers to likes, but we do it because we love it, man. We love hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be anywhere else. So appreciate it. Glad to be back, and we'll catch you guys later in the week or next weekend.
Yeah, be playing some this week, hopefully.
All right, guys. Thanks, Sean. Appreciate struggling through it, man. You did good.
The coffee helped me. I think the coffee helped a little bit. My voice still isn't right. Like I don't know if I sound funny to everybody else. I sound funny to myself. Like it feels like my voice just isn't there.
Good, man.
It's weird, but all right, cool. Thanks again. Tyler killed that whole podcast.
Pleasure. I did. Yeah. It's a problem. Yep. All right, guys.
See ya.
We're out of here. We'll catch you on the next one. Later.